welcome to the Galentine's Day episode of That Time of the Month. Our show, please clap. Our show is what happens when very real and not at all made up TV network execs decide to give a woman her own late night show, or how they're marketing me as the made-for-TV reboot of The Exorcist with a less hot Linda Blair. For those that might not be familiar with it, Galentine's Day was popularized by the TV show Parks and Recreation. And it's basically, you know, a day to celebrate the female friendships in your life. So it's like if you take Valentine's Day, put it a day earlier, and make it suck less dick. Literally and figuratively. Well, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love love almost as much as I love hate. But there's just something about Valentine's Day, similar to New Year's Eve, where like all of the hype and manic preparation surrounding the holiday always manifests itself into the most spectacular garbage fire of an evening every single year, and we keep trying and trying. And to give you an idea of how terrible Valentine's Day can be, I'll give you some personal highlights of mine. There was the Valentine's Day many, many years ago when I was dating a kind of Republican, so a pile of khakis, and so it was like the end of the evening, and I was expecting like a card or something sweet, maybe like a single rose. And Generic John, which is his real nickname, that I almost said to his face once, he looked at me and said, a la Roy to Pam at the end of the Valentine's Day episode of The Office, quote, let's get you home and I'm going to give you the best sex of your life. Wow. Best sex of my life? I did not expect the best sex of my life to be straight missionary to his completion with a guy who owned boat shoes and didn't vote for Obama a second time. Did not expect that to be the best sex of my life. But sadly, technically speaking, it was the best sex of my life up until that point, because the one other guy before him broke my hymen and made me bleed all over my twin-sized Target comforter. So that's basically like saying, you know, I've had 2 hot dogs ever in my life, one plain boiled in a potato bun, and one covered in my own hymen blood. And I gotta say, I much prefer the one not covered in my hymen blood. Then there was the Valentine's Day a couple years ago, when my loving boyfriend, who's here and not Republican, he's independent, we went to this very like hip, artsy lesbian couple's vagina-themed Valentine's Day party in their apartment in Brooklyn, like very trendy, like everyone was like a freelancer, or like artisanal Ice Cube chefs, and there were glitter paintings of cooters all over the walls. Like I was like in my element but not cool enough for it, and I'm trying to blend in, like be like chill girl, and you know, as the host is asking me where I land on the Kinsey scale, I do the most heteronormative thing ever, which is to have a full-fledged panic attack from a single bong hit. So here's me like trying to be like, cool girl, be cool, Meg. And it quickly becomes a game of spot the almost 30-year-old straight woman who had a little bit of weed and can't tell if her legs are part of her pants or not. My boyfriend quickly escorted me out of the party into a cab ride that ended up being like a cycle of me asking, who am I? Who are you? What are we doing here? Am I alive or am I awake? Which is just a really lovely meditation ceremony. And once I got home, I proceeded to pace around the kitchen for a minimum of 5 hours, asking our coked out roommate how to undo this feeling, because I figured he'd be an expert, and then describing my difficulties turning my short-term memories into long-term memories through an analogy of the plot line of the Pixar animated film Inside Out. I would not stop saying like Bing Bong's trying to put the marbles through that hole, and it won't go through that hole. I did like a whole film critique of my mind. And you know, in my defense, there had to be something in that weed, because 3 people left the party early because of it. Never found out what was in that weed or where I land on the Kinsey scale. Bad V-Day. And then there was the Valentine's Day where I accidentally scheduled a therapy appointment on Valentine's Day, and I went because I had no other plans, and because I like to pay to cry in front of people. And to be honest, it's probably probably my best Valentine's Day yet because that is my longest relationship. 5 years with my therapist, still clinically depressed as ever. So tonight we will reject the capitalist patriarchal holiday of Valentine's Day and embrace the capitalist matriarchal holiday of Galentine's Day. You're welcome for the free gifts from sponsors. So February also marks the start of Black History Month, which means two things. One, it's a time for us to reflect on the achievements and also acknowledge the challenges faced by a marginalized population of people in the world. And for brands to get it so wrong. Oh my God. Did you guys see the Super Bowl commercials? Don't narrate your commercial for a dumb big boy truck with an very inspiring MLK speech, Ram. Okay, that's what Kenny Chesney songs are for. You have a whole catalog of Tim McGraw, Third Cowboy Singer. You can use anything else but an MLK speech. And second, we still have a Flaming Hot Cheetos racist in the White House. Yes, that's like a regular racist, except it looks like a Flaming Hot Cheetos and also gives me diarrhea on the red. So,